What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Lockdown 23-1. Today, we'll be witnessing a man by the name of Jacob Cayer take the stand for killing two individuals. Prosecutors can be asking him questions about what happened, and his answers are pretty damn out there. But one last thing for our press play, I want you to pay close attention to what this guy's saying, because it's going to play a major role in his sentencing. Alright. Back to the courtroom we go. Look at the drapes in this puppy. Very, very well finished wood, I must say. My front door doesn't even have a peephole.
Please be seated. The jury has returned to the courtroom. We're ready to begin the afternoon session. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Cayer, I remind you remain under oath. And then thank you. Go ahead.
Look at the windshield on this guy. Jeez.
Mr. Cayer, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Do you want me to address you today as Mr. Cayer, Jake, or Jacob? How would you like me to talk to you?
Jake, Herba.
Jake? Okay.
Well, how be? I guess they are getting used to them old PlayStation cameras. But let me give you a little backdrop on the individual on the stand right now. The story goes that this man got mad at his dad, got himself a book bag full of zip ties, knives, gloves, and duct tape, and went down the street on his bike to someone's house and killed two people. Almost killed a third, but he survived.
Disturbing details just released in the investigation of Tuesday night's double homicide. We now know the victims are 25-year-old Sabrina Teague, 63-year-old Heesun Teague, both of Hobart. Another person stabbed at the scene, Joel Kennedy. He's in the hospital but is expected to survive.
At 8:12, officers responding to this home along Riverdale Drive for a weapons report, finding Sabrina Teague already dead outside. Inside the home, police say they found Joel Kennedy alive with stab wounds to his chest and arms. Inside the bathroom, Heesun Teague's lifeless body also discovered with multiple stab wounds. Police say they recovered a knife on scene and found Jacob Cayer hiding in the woods near the home, tracked down by a canine unit.
Jacob had an opportunity to review it and got through as much as he was able to.
So, Jake, everything happened on June 7, 2016, and here we are in August of 2020, correct?
Correct.
How old are you now today?
30.
When this happened, you were 26. Sound right?
Yeah. Yeah, I believe so, yeah.
So I think you said when you testified earlier that a lot of times passed by, years, months, days. Is that right?
Unfortunately.
And you waiting for this day and looking forward to this day. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. Jake, do you think there's certain times that are really important in your life?
Is that like a broad question as a human being thing or me
Do you think
specifically?
today is an important day?
Yeah, I think it's a turning point for Wisconsin when I finally reveal everything that you guys are committing mass racketeering, and I have evidence of a lot of that too.
Okay.
Ooh,
It's an important day, isn't it?
fired
Because
back.
you want to make sure that you say whatever you think is important to this jury. Isn't that why it's important today?
Yeah, but you're concealing a lot of what's going on.
I don't know where the prosecutor's going with this. These questions are kind of strange. I think it's a prosecutor, if I were to guess. Are days important to you? What the hell does that even mean?
Jake, do you think there's certain times that are really important in your life?
Is that like a broad question as a human being thing or me
Do you think
specifically?
today is an important day?
Yeah, I think it's a turning point for Wisconsin when I finally reveal everything that you guys are committing mass racketeering, and I have evidence of a lot of that too.
Okay. It's an important day, isn't it? Because you want to make sure that you say whatever you think is important to this jury. Isn't that why it's important today?
Yeah, but you're concealing a lot of what's going on, and I'm not being allowed to speak about it.
Okay. All right.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Okay. All right.
So this is your one chance today. You know that, right?
No. Because once we're done, I'm going to go through everything with 2020 other than an autopsy.
Okay.
We'll give it up online when I go home.
All right.
That's what you want. That's fine.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Why? I don't understand this. Why?
I don't either.
I don't know if you have nicknames or something. Why did I see things where you referred to as Jake Sambora? Sambora. What does that mean?
That is the URL to my Facebook, Jake Diplomatech, Sambora. But when I was making the Facebook, I was talking to someone about music, and they're like, well, you like guitars, and Sambora is a famous guitar person, so that's where it chose that name.
Oh,
I've never referenced as that anywhere else in my life.
That's why I just want to make sure what that was. Jake
Yeah.
Sambora is.
It's just a URL to the Facebook.
So I listened to what you had to say earlier, and you indicated that you didn't kill Heesun Teague, you didn't kill Sabrina Teague, and that you did not stab Joel Kennedy. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay. And that is your story that you want to tell today. Is that right?
More than that, but you guys are trying to not allow it in.
Okay.
Okay.
She has the same enemies as me, and they have a history of attacking her.
Okay.
All right.
As well as
All
attacking
right.
me.
We'll just keep it going.
But basically, you didn't do it, right?
No, I did not. No, I did not.
I want to go back
Watch the
to
mic, sir.
Tuesday, June 7th, 2016.
No need to cover your
you
mouth.
think for some
You
reason
got
you
3
left your parents'
shields.
house on Monday, June 6th, 2016? Is that right?
Did leave my parents' house the day before.
Okay. What time do you think you left your parents?
We usually have dinner between 4 and 6, usually more around 6, so we've been around that area.
About 6
Supper
o'clock at
time,
night?
Bobby.
That should be roughly around it, yeah.
Okay.
So we'll went through total time lapse, maybe 6:30, because it's going halfway through dinner. So
And so you think you left Monday, so then basically there's about over 24 hours, 27 hours that's missing. Is that
Yeah.
right?
yeah, and at one point, my first attorneys, I asked them to get if there was see if they could get any video cams from street lamps to prove if the my system and where I am and where I'm not.
Right.
But they just lied to me the whole way and said, "Oh yeah, we got this, we did this, we found
Very
out who's
smart.
threatening her,
Very
and all this," and did
smart.
nothing. So
So, what, we'll go with your version. You at least remember having dinner with your parents, and then there was an argument where you got mad at your dad, Alan. Is that right?
yeah,
And then, what is your mom's name?
I'd rather keep them out of this public thing.
Oh.
What's
excuse
her
me.
name?
Sorry.
I'm not going to keep them out of it.
Yeah, my mom's name is Joan.
That's fine. And you said earlier, you love your mom. Is that right? Or you
Yeah,
care a lot about her?
yeah.
Okay. And you had a good relationship with your mom, but with your dad, it's a little different.
It's still, I'll love him, and if he was in trouble, I'd help him and whatnot.
Sure.
Just, I don't like how he has his viewpoints, but he's supported us and done everything he can, more than most fathers ever would, so.
He's more rigid thinking because of the military, and you said you're more of a free spirit type of person.
Yeah,
So maybe your dad just doesn't understand you.
Aren't we
That's
all?
True.
I don't know if it's not understanding because he's not dumb, but it's just, you're not allowed to have an opinion towards anything out of a certain spectrum.
And that really made you mad that you don't want to have to see your mom cry, is that right?
I wouldn't say maybe mad, I think it's what, like I said, I was running on low fumes, energy, low everything. I think that's what just kind of dropped me, where the trauma just starts, my mind is no longer having recollection of stuff. Like I don't remember even biking. You know?
But,
So it's not mad, it's just like, what physically was still moving.
I thought you felt, when you saw your mom, you felt provoked,
No.
and that your world was crumbling in your life.
It's sad, it's disappointment, it's annoyed, it's irritated, it's a whole mix of everything other than happy. But it's not a provoked thing, this is really shitty. I can't say any 2 cents to stop the argument. My dad wants to perceive my life as whatever, because I'm trying to stop Dylan from hurting Wendy, but he views it as whatever.
What did you mean when you said that night after you left your parents' house, you couldn't keep the key in the cage any longer?
I'm a very poetic person, and a very deep thinker and stuff, so like you see throughout everything, when they get the chance to view all that last piece of evidence, that I'm assuming that, okay, maybe it's like a Jack in the Box, da-da-da-da-da, pop. Assuming that when it's not me. because I'm being an honest person. Like, this is me freaking out and going somewhere, which makes no sense because I'm going somewhere else completely other than this. So there's a lot built underneath. Grandma just died.
Okay.
Dad's kicked me out of the family because I'm trying to fucking expose this corrupt or whatever, this little person, not Joel, not Sabrina, or nothing. I haven't been able to see my sister. My sister's not doing good. There's the person I love, Wendy, is today she barely has any teeth now. She has a track marks everywhere. She's being an independent person. Like, my life is falling to pieces and I can't do anything about it.
Damn, he put Cindy, was that her name? Cindy on damn Front Street. Got tracks and all kinds of stuff now. Poor Cindy.
You say that you're making an example of a jack-in-the-box popping up. Is that what you're meaning when you...
Off an assumption to, what I wake up in, like...
Okay. Is that what you mean when you are having all this anger build up and it just explodes that night? Is that what you're talking about?
Off an assumption to be that.
Ain't no way I'd be able to wear that shield
Well, I'm
24/7
asking
like
you,
this.
that's what you mean.
That's what I'm referencing, yes.
Okay.
Not saying referencing, oh, that's factual, what happened. I'm just referencing is what's going on. Is that what's going on?
When you talk about when you're at the hospital, there's this kind of a battle going inside you. Are you talking about a battle between good and evil inside yourself or something like that?
No, just, I guess a good example would be like, here's a puppy. It's a nice little puppy. You kick it in the face, you kick it in the face, you kick it in the face. Eventually it's going to bite that foot. So
Right.
it's not a battle with myself. It's a battle with containment, I guess you would call it. And not having jack shit of visualness, and that's really scary because I have a really good memory as it is. Like what is that type of thing? So like I said, it's a mix of poetic doings.
Is that because you think a lot of the women in your life did things to you that made you angry?
I could care less about that. I've always moved on. Jess cheats on me. All right, here's all your stuff. Here's a car that I bought. Go ahead. Go, you want to screw stuff over? All right, go. I don't leave an exception over stuff.
Well, he got aggressive when he asked about his ladies leaving him. He said he don't care. He sends them janks off with the Klondike bar. Only the players know about the Klondikes.
That's what I don't understand, Jake, is you said something happens, you go on.
Yeah.
And like from Nicole.
I did go on from Nicole. Me and Nicole split back in 2013 fall.
Right.
I lost my place. I got another job. I got a place in Seymour. I was with Wendy, working around with Wendy. How's that not moving on?
Well, one of the first things you were talking about in the hospital early on is you're worried maybe you hurt Nicole's family. So
Yeah, because I'm trying to figure out what's going on. Who do I have enough animosity that would even cause something like that?
Right.
That's not there though. That's not that much animosity. I'm like, is it this? 'Cause I don't have any hate for anyone like that other than Dylan.
What about Wendy?
Dylan.
Can't you go on
Who's
to
Dylan?
her?
If you have a recording in my hard drive where I vocally say to her, drunk, so straight from the heart, it's not me wanting to be with you as much as I like that, but you need to find someone better because this piece of shit is going to put you on drugs. So is that saying, go ahead and find someone, drunk straight from the heart, is not caring for someone? Then I don't know what is. Because there's people that had...
I'm sorry, you keep going, Jake.
Sorry. It was one last thing.
Yeah.
As human beings, a lot of us who have dreams, it's the ones that you can't control with your consciousness, or conscious awareness, you can't control with your awareness. It's been studies on that. Usually it's some type of event to occur that's not unnormal for us to know that. When I was incarcerated, before I got out, I had one of her dying, Wendy, and I was scared to death that was going to happen because her family's not that good to her. But I didn't know it was spiritual death then. So that's why it wasn't move on, oh, you can go date someone, I can't go date someone. It was, I don't want to know this person dying later because of some that wants to put her on drugs because she has a kid with him and you don't want to pay up.
It doesn't sound like you've moved on.
You're making it appear that way. Like I said, there's a recording you guys have in my hard drive. You want to play it because it proves opposite of what you're saying.
Okay.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I know a lot of y'all are probably lost and wondering where the fuck am I going with this? Where the fuck is Mr. Cayer going with this? Like I said in the beginning, I wanted you to pay close attention to his words because even though he stabbed 2 people to death, he's not going to be going to prison for it. They determined that this man is crazy. Now, once they determined that, they had to figure out if they think he was crazy during the time that he committed the crimes. And they did. A jury took nearly 3 hours of deliberating, but they agreed. He was all the way around crazy. Now, you know, in the courtroom, a lot of people will fake crazy to try not to get the death penalty or something like that. Well, go ahead and compare those to this guy's, and you'll see the differences. Even though both of them might be sounding really ludicrous, you could just tell by the body motions and the way that he speaks. It's very fluent and consistent because that's his natural self. Crazy. But that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully you enjoyed and learned a few things. If you did, don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, notification bell before you leave. Go check out the links in the description of the video. Add me up on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. And as always, I salute to every last one of you who've been supporting me since the beginning, and everybody who's just now joining the lockdown compound. Y'all be easy, be safe, and stay free.